Kyle Busch was one of the drivers Tony was pointing a finger at a week ago after the Busch shootout. Some aggressive driving. Alan?
Yeah, Kyle Busch, remember, just before that caution, was hoping for a caution to make some adjustments and get some fresh tires on that car. Air pressure adjustments. They also made a little fender tug, if you will, a track bar adjustment. Now trying to get a few laps on the tires so Kyle can feel out how those changes have impacted his car for the closing laps of the race. Marty?
Alan, we talked about Kasey Kahne and how tight his car is, and he voiced some concerns about that right front the longer they ran on that last run. 1.5 rounds of wedge out of the left rear, trying to loosen that car up. Kasey's very fast in the beginning of the run, and especially fast on that bottom line.
Kasey normally likes the high line.
And now we got Stewart in second place, Earnhardt first. That's trouble for everybody else.
The unofficial teammates.
That's right.
Well, I think McMurray has got a very fast car, and I think if Kyle Busch works with McMurray, they may have something for him.
Earnhardt and Stewart have worked together numerous times in plate races as partners, like Benny talked about. Beginning of the race, Benny talked about how there were 18 drivers in today's race that will compete in the Daytona 500 tomorrow, coming over from the Nextel Cup garage. And historically, it's been a Nextel Cup Series regular that has won this race, and they're dominating here again this afternoon.
First 10 are Cup drivers. David Rudiman is now moved into the 10th spot. He is the first non-Cup driver.
Marty, you working on the Burton situation?
Well, Billy made it to pit road. They're going to push him back to the garage now. They think it is a valve spring issue, and they're going to see if they can patch it up back in the garage. But obviously, with time running out in the race, most likely they will not be back in today's event.
Oh. Now, it looked like McMurray got a little bit looser, had to check up just a little. That let Biffle get right on his tail. McMurray almost had the pass pulled off on Tony Stewart there about a lap ago, but just didn't have quite the momentum to clear him.
Now McMurray and Biffle out of line. Biffle goes by, and Kyle Busch to help.
This is really getting to the point where you really start looking in the mirror, really start mirror driving. If you see a guy coming up that's got to run, you want to pull out in front of him and have him push you past a bunch of cars. So you're looking out the mirror right now as much as you are the windshield.
And I think Biffle wanted to move up on the outside. He couldn't do it, and McMurray goes back by the 16 car.
McMurray in third behind Earnhardt Jr. and Stewart.
And Reed Sorensen has moved up to the 5th position.
At 41 cars, Sorensen. 5th in line there.
And Kyle Busch got shuffled back on that deal in the 5 car.
The 57 of Brian Vickers. And there's Busch behind him. Low Chevy. Teresa Earnhardt. Watching her teams and her drivers perform at Daytona. Caution flag is out at Daytona. Debris in turn 3.
All right, BP, now if you come in, you got 31 laps to go. Do you just throw your tires on and hold your breath?
If you have any left, now's the time to do it. If you have any left. Alan, they have tires down there? Might wake up Alan.
I think he's probably checking. So under caution.
I saw the sign in there, Charles Miller, and Lowe's is a North Wilkesboro company. I went to school with a guy named Charles Miller. Don't know if that's him or not.
How far did you make it in school?
School?
Yeah.
It's a long story.
I believe J.J. Yaley is the lucky dog, isn't he? I think he's going to get back in the lead lap.
Pole sitter for today's race.
There is the debris.
Wow, was it ever?
That's a good thing to wave the flag for that piece.
Yes. And whoever saw that, good job.
Yes. Alan?
Charles Miller was the president of ShopVac, one of Kyle Busch's sponsors in the NASCAR Busch Series. He passed away last weekend.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Alan.
Alan, they got any tires down there?
Yeah, there's a big debate over whether to use them, BP. This is that old track position versus tires thing. They only got 10 laps of racing on this set of tires. How far back in line do you want to be? With how many laps to go? And you know, the speed difference on new and used tires, if you get a caution another 15 laps from now, would you rather have the fresh tires then for the sprint to the finish, or how do you want to play it? That's the big debate. Marty?
Well, Alan, I can tell you that Jamie McMurray is having no debate in his mind. He is definitely coming down pit road. He said the car is just not as good as it was before, so the 64 car, no matter what, is coming down pit road for 4 new tires.
It looked like his car wanted to hunt a little bit, and it was hard to tell if he was making it go that way or if the car was doing it on his own. Now it sounds like the car is a handful.
All right, here we go. Pit road is open. Who's going to come down pit road? Well, everyone but Junior. Everybody but Dale Earnhardt Jr. Oh my, he said his heart just said, oh man, Dave Burns.
BP Michael Waltrip has tires. He said if everyone else is going to come in and put them on, we got to have new shoes too. They will page for tires, no adjustments. Matt?
Major air pressure adjustment in the right rear for Tony Stewart. Wally Rogers was jumping up and down when he saw Junior stay out. They like the situation they're in now with fresh tires. Martin.
Matt, this should be interesting. You see how these new tires play out. McMurray wants 4 of them. Pound in the right rear tire to loosen up the car just a little bit. Alan?
Kyle Busch going to fire 4 fresh tires in his Chevrolet, make a wedge and track bar adjustment, see if that'll tune him up and let him keep up for the end of this race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. All right, we'll get Marty first. Go ahead, Marty.
Well, Alan, the 64 car of Jamie McMurray, his car fell off the jack. The left rear tire was not on completely. They had to get it back up, put the left rear on, and send him out. Alan?
Just the reaction on Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team's radio when they looked and saw everyone else pit but them. Tony Eury Sr. said, well, we've been perfect all day until then.
So Dale Earnhardt Jr. all by himself stays out with 29 laps to go at Daytona.